Bossies. I'm Danny.
And I'm Sif.
And this is
Boss
Sis.
Sis.
Today is our
Drum roll, please.
Ask a Bosses.
Yes, this is a new segment that we're starting just to allow anybody that has a question about business or anything concerning business the opportunity to get advice from a boss.
Or to share your stories.
All right.
So I would like to go first.
Go for it.
Somebody sent us an email and their story is, I hired my niece because family over everything, but no. She's rolling her eyes in meetings and missing deadlines. How do I navigate this while protecting my business and our relationship?
I think that you should follow the same steps that you would follow as if it was any other employee, which would be setting clear expectations, having a conversation with your niece off the books. That's number one, because this is still your niece. You don't want to act like, it's just another employee. This is still your niece, so there's still a relationship there that needs to be protected. Mm-hmm. I would absolutely pull your niece to the side at some point, and you may be better served doing it outside of the business, pulling your niece to the side and just saying, hey, look, these are my expectations. I noticed that you're slacking, or I'm not liking your performance. And for me, I want to know that you respect my business the same way I respect you. And I think if you have that honest and candid conversation with your niece, she has no choice but to understand. I do have a question. I wish the viewer would have been more clear about whether or not other employees knew that this was their niece. This was her niece, because then my focus would have been making sure that your niece understands that you can't treat her differently from other employees. And in most cases, I have to kind of go a little harder with you because you are the level of expectation for everybody else.
Right. I definitely agree with the communication.
Yes.
I feel like communicating saves relationships, right?
It does.
So when you just have a conversation and identify what it is that you're noticing that she is having some struggles with, right? Identify what it is that you expect from her, right?
For sure.
So you already said that, the expectations. But then ask her, are you happy here? Right? Because I want you to thrive wherever you are, niece.
Right.
I want to see you do well, but it may not be here. And if that is the case, then let's find something different for you, or let me help you work on your customer service. Let me help you work on your team building skills and interacting with your coworkers. Yeah. And let me help you with showing up and doing your job the way that you're supposed to.
I totally agree with that. And I also found that a lot of the times when you hire your family, they actually have a hard time telling you the truth. So this actually opens the door for them to be honest with you as well. So if they're really not happy there, this is the opportunity for them to tell you. And you need to kind of make it a safe place for them to tell you, however you do that.
Right.
Cool?
Yes, cool.
All right. So we're going to go on to the next one. So I purchased something from a business that I like, and they ghosted me. Now I'm scared to say something, or I'm even scared to reach out. So am I wrong for holding them accountable? And if I should hold them accountable, how do I do it?
Definitely reach out again.
Yes.
I encourage everyone when you are, it's so hard, but if they offer PayPal, right? Use PayPal, because I feel like you have a better chance of having some type of support to get your money back.
Right.
But definitely reach out. You definitely want to hold them accountable. You don't want to sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen.
I agree.
Because you never know. They could have overlooked it. It could have been an error on their books or in their inventory, anything where they could have overlooked you, and then they may apologize and make it right. Give them the opportunity to make it right.
Right, and that's true. You really don't want to make the assumption that they ghosted you. It really just could have been like a clerical error or a system error, anything. So don't make that assumption. And sometimes when we make assumptions, it hurts more than helps. And you don't even get the product that you really did want. So definitely reach out and see if you could at least get a response.
Right.
Cool?
Yes, cool.
All right, next.
Next question. Ask a Boss. I am making sales, but my customer service is, well, not that great. I'm a solo entrepreneur, and sometimes I forget to respond, ship late, or low-key get snappy when I keep getting questions. How do I scale without scaring people away? You're definitely going to lose business if you continue to operate like that.
Yeah.
You have to, this is great that you're reflecting. So you've identified what the issues are, right? So you're not, you're holding yourself accountable basically, because you're like, this is what I'm doing wrong, but you have to want to do the work.
Right.
You know that you're not responding to your emails. You have to respond to emails, or you need to hire someone or get someone on your team who can help you in that area.
Right.
You know that you're shipping things late. How would you feel if, as a consumer, you received a product late? Would you patronize that business again? Would you support that business again? Probably not, right? So you want to take that into consideration as well. So you need to fix that by shipping things as soon as you get that alert. Ship it right away, right? So a lot of time, so that you're not overwhelmed, because if you do have a 9 to 5, or if you do have a schedule, right, you need to allot a time every day, or maybe every other day, depending on what your shipping policy is. So if your shipping policy, if it states you can expect to receive this item in 5 to 7 business days, you definitely need to honor that. So you need to put that into your schedule and make sure that every night or every other night, or however it fits in your schedule, that from 10 to 12, you're printing out those shipping labels and you're putting them on, so that the next day you can go to the post office and just drop it off. You never want to keep your client waiting or keep your consumer waiting. The last thing, getting snappy with your customers. Again, how would you like to be treated? You need to treat those consumers the same way that you would want to be treated in the customer service situation. Making sure that they feel valued, because you want your business to grow, and your business is not going to grow if you're scaring people away or you're getting snappy and you don't make them feel cared for. So it's all about delivery.
Yes.
So the way that you say things matters. Let the customer know that you messed up, right? If there's an issue, don't make it their issue. When they say the customer's always right, sometimes you have to make them feel like they're right.
Indeed.
But still caring for your customer and just making them feel valued and
appreciate it too.
Appreciate it. Yep.
I want to add to that, and I think that for me, the biggest thing is training, but training for yourself, right? You have to understand that a lot of the times in business, we're always going to come into in contact with people, and we can't control the type of people that we're going to come into contact with. So you really have to do some deep soul searching and definitely some training to understand how to interact with different types of people. Also, it seems like since interaction is an issue with you, you may also want to consider automating your system. It seems like you're doing a lot of manual labor. If it were me, I probably would create a system where everything is either auto-templated, where all I have to do is hit a button to respond back to you. And I found that works for me sometimes. Number one, I'm not as stressed because I don't have to individually respond back to every single person, but I'm also able to still get the point across in a formatted way that is clear, concise, so that it could be understood and not misunderstood, if that makes sense. And then I feel like the last part of the question was also the snappiness. One thing I've learned about snappiness, it has a lot to do with what's going on outside of business, what's happening in our personal lives that makes us snap so much. So a lot of the times what I do is I control the environment. I'm not going to sit and respond to customers when I'm not in a good place. I'm going to hold off a little bit, and I'm going to respond when I'm able to respond, especially if I'm not using an automated system, because my own emotions dictates how I'm going to respond in that moment. So
yes, agreed.
That's cool.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the next one. I hope that helped whoever that was. I really do. I hope that helped, because we can't have you out here getting snappy. That is not Boss Sis, okay?
I know that.
So, the next one. My calendar is full. My bank account is pretty, but I'm tired. I fantasize about quitting everything. How do y'all keep going when the grind stops feeling so glamorous? That's a good question. What do you do when you're tired and you are feeling like this is just not worth it? How do you get past that?
Sometimes you have to take a break.
Yes, I agree.
You we always talk about burnout.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you really do have to take a break.
Yep.
Because you've highlighted that your bank account is where you want it to be.
Right.
And you just don't want to overwork yourself where you end up sick or you end up not being able to fulfill the business that you have.
Right. I agree. And sometimes it is important, I agree, to take that break. But what kind of break depends on you. You know what I mean? For me, I'm okay with taking a 1-day break, getting my life together, staying asleep, staying home, just saying this is about me and going back the next day.
Yes.
But then some people need a longer break. Some people may need a vacation. Some people may need time with family. Whatever that looks like to you, take it. That doesn't mean your business stops operating. That does mean that this is why it's important to put people in place. Because just because you need that break doesn't mean the money needs to stop coming in, because expenses need to be paid. So you got to figure out, how to scale your business so that you can take that break. So that's 2 problems that you have to fix before you can take that break.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, this is your baby. This is your business. And at some point, it was fun for you. It was a passion. It was something that you loved. And you don't want to lose that by overworking yourself.
You really don't. Good. Did we go through all of them?
We sure did.
Yay.
So that's a wrap for Ask a Boss Sis. And if you have a question, send your questions to us. Share your story so that we can share it and give you some feedback. And don't forget, it's anonymous.
And remember to stay Boss Sis.